Do you want to get out of your textbooks and start speaking like real native Spanish speakers, saying things like, Oye, tu anillo nuevo estuvo súper caro, ¿no?
Pues, dos, tres. En la tienda tenían varios modelos X y este me pareció re lindo y no estuvo súper caro.
Wow, okay, so as you can see, in everyday Spanish, native Spanish speakers don't use muy for everything. It's not muy caro, muy bueno, muy grande, but rather use prefixes or prefijos or short expressions or words that make things sound much more natural, expressive, and casual. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, or if you're new here, I'm Jeff.
And I'm Darcy, and we love teaching more advanced and intermediate Spanish topics.
Yeah, and that's why today we're going to teach you some Spanish prefixes, as well as a few slang ways to say that something's really good, bad, or just okay.
Let's look at 6 of the most common ones, and let's start with re.
Okay, now while re can mean again in standard Spanish, think about how if we're going to send something again, it's to resend it, like reenviar. Or if we recognize someone, it's reconocer. But Mexican slang also uses it to add emphasis, and it means really or super or very. It often replaces muy in casual conversations, and you can just add it directly to the adjective.
And here's a list of some of the most common words used with the prefix re, like re sabroso, re gordo, re feo.
Now, remember, in Spanish, whenever we have two R's that go together, or if there's an R at the beginning of the word, we need to roll it. Now, we're not going to go over the lesson of how to roll your R's in Spanish, because there are tons of other lessons on YouTube that you can watch. But we do recommend that you start slowly with just words. So try at first to just say like perro, or carro, or rojo. And then once you have that down, try to speak slowly using small sentences where you roll your R's. For example,
Este perro es mío. Or, el carro es rojo.
and don't worry if you can't do it perfectly. I've been practicing for lots of years. Sometimes I do it correctly, sometimes I don't. But now that we've got that down, let's see some examples using the prefix re. The dress you wore yesterday was really beautiful. You looked amazing.
El vestido que traías ayer estaba re bonito. Te veías increíble.
So you can see here that when you want to express really beautiful, you don't always have to just use muy bonito. You can use re bonito. My brother's completely fed up with the traffic. He says he's moving closer to work.
Mi hermano está re harto del tráfico. Dice que va a mudarse más cerca al trabajo.
So he's completely fed up. He's re harto. This taco stand has the best birria tacos. They are really good.
Esta taquería tiene los mejores tacos de birria. Están re buenos. Next, super works just like in English. It makes something stronger or more intense.
And super is used widely across all Spanish-speaking countries, so you can use it anywhere. It also sounds a bit less slangy than re. And just as a side note here, you've probably noticed that these words with prefixes, they can be written together or separately. Either way is fine.
And here's a list of some of the most common words used with the prefix super, like super elegante, super chiquito, super viejo. Let's see some examples.
After you guys remodeled it, your house is really, really big.
Después de que la remodelaron, su casa quedó súper grande.
That school project was super easy.
Ese proyecto escolar fue súper fácil.
Today, I'm super happy because it's my birthday.
Hoy estoy súper feliz porque es mi cumpleaños.
Next, there also exists a prefix requete, which means like really, really or super duper. Now, it's not as common nowadays, but we wanted to mention it here just in case you do hear it. Now, this prefix is an exaggeration, so it's often used playfully or by older speakers to make things more cute, funny, or dramatic. For example, that cake is really, really good.
El pastel está requete bueno.
Or, my grandson is very, very hyper.
Mi nieto es requete inquieto.
Or, I am super duper busy. Do not call me.
Estoy requete ocupada. No me llames.
Okay, those were all the things that meant really, really something. But now, what if we want to use a prefix that's not so extreme, or if we want to play things down? So let's see those now.
But first, if you're enjoying this video, click the thumbs up button icon. Then hit the subscribe button if you still haven't, and activate the bell icon so you get notified when we post something new.
And if you're really, really enjoying this video, hit the new hype button, which is like giving extra energy to our videos to share it with other people. Now, you can hype up to 3 times per week, whether it's the same video or not. Now, I know it may seem silly or small, but these little things like liking our video, subscribing, and hitting the bell icon, and now this new hype button, these are the things that really help our channel to grow. So thank you for taking the time to do it. Now, let's tone things down. The prefix medio is like kind of or sort of. It's used to soften the meaning and either make what you're trying to say less direct or more polite.
And here's a list of some of the most common words used with the prefix medio, like medio aburrido, medio dormido, or medio roto. Let's see some examples.
The glass is half full or half empty.
El vaso está medio lleno o medio vacío.
I'm gonna wash the towels. They feel kinda wet.
Voy a lavar las toallas. Se sienten medio mojadas.
I don't like my brother's friend. He's kinda stupid.
No me cae bien el amigo de mi hermano. Es medio tonto.
All right, now these last two aren't prefixes. They're just really great slang to know. In Mexican Spanish, Equis, in other words, the letter X, is used for something that's just not impressive or it's average or it's whatever.
If something is X, it doesn't mean that it's bad, but it's just not special.
So for example, we could say something like, how was the movie?
¿Qué tal la película?
It was whatever.
Pues estuvo X.
Or the entomatadas were just so-so.
Las entomatadas estuvieron X.
Or I'm not surprised by his magic tricks. They're so average.
No me sorprenden sus trucos de magia. Están X.
And finally, and similarly, dos tres is another very Mexican expression that, while it literally means 2, 3, it's used to express or rate that something is so-so, meh, or decent.
It's like X. It's like saying it was okay, not bad or not great.
So for example, we could say something like, how did your medical results turn out?
¿Cómo salieron tus resultados médicos?
So-so, my cholesterol is high.
2, 3. Mi colesterol está alto.
Or, how was your vacation at the beach?
¿Cómo te fue en las vacaciones en la playa?
Meh, there was sun, but also a lot of rain.
2, 3. Hubo sol, pero también mucha lluvia.
How are the new shoes you bought?
¿Qué tal los zapatos nuevos que compraste?
Decent, comfortable, but they look cheap.
2, 3. Cómodos, pero se ven chafas.
And don't forget that we have a free PDF guide with extra examples and practice exercises that goes along with this lesson for all of our primo levels or higher in both YouTube as well as Patreon. And you can head to our website, anytimeespanol.com, where you can get yourself a free gift when you sign up for our mailing list.
And that's it. Leave us a comment if you have any doubt or question.
But if you don't have any doubts, watch this video to keep improving your Spanish. Until next time.